Welcome here to Talk FC, and welcome back here to the channel, guys, and welcome here to the second Clasico in the space of just 3 days, and indeed the third Clasico in the space of just 1 month. It has been an incredible period right now in terms of big matches, and we follow it up right here with La Liga. It's Real Madrid against Barcelona, and as always, guys, everything you need to know, it's coming right up in the match preview. Today's video is coming to you courtesy of the OneFootball app, which you can find in the description down below, which will give you the very latest on La Liga, the major leagues right around the world. And for instance, if you wanted to check on our El Clasico record at the Bernabeu in recent times, the OneFootball app would be telling you that we've won 4 of our last 5 visits to the Santiago Bernabeu. Exactly when do we start calling this stadium our very own home? Kickoff will be coming to us from Madrid at 8:45 local time in what should be, again, a fantastic atmosphere. But once again, will we be dampening that Real Madrid crowd? And you guys have been predicting in your numbers once again, with nearly half of you opting with a win by 2 goals tomorrow, but a lot of you also opting for a win by 3+. The confidence is surging, the feelings are really there ahead of this one. El Clasico, it's upon us again. Elsewhere in La Liga, though, it's not all about Barcelona and Real Madrid this weekend, because Sociedad are in action against Atletico Madrid on the Sunday, live from the Anoeta Stadium, where Atletico Madrid haven't won since 2015. So work for Atletico there against Sociedad. And indeed, when you look at the La Liga table, of course, sitting pretty top of the league, Barcelona, 7 points clear there of Atletico Madrid and 9 points clear of Real Madrid. And with 13 games to go, this could be a really big weekend in the La Liga title race in terms of retaining our title, because I think they're looking at that game, Sociedad against Atletico there, they're going to have it tough. They are going to have a tough game there, and if we could win away at Real Madrid, a big obstacle there that we're overcoming, that could be massive. And potentially this weekend, if we win, our lead could be stretched even further. The referee for tomorrow's game will be none other than Undiano Mayenko, somebody who certainly divides opinion not only among Barcelona fans but also amongst Real Madrid fans as well. He's come in as a late substitute for referee Hernandez, who picked up an injury in the build-up to this one. And in the VAR room, in control there, is Mattia Lahoz. That is going to be very entertaining, to say the least. But in terms of the game, out on the pitch, where it all happens, following on, of course, from that big win in the Copa del Rey 3-0 at the Bernabeu, what I would say is this. What we're going to see here, I think, is a completely different game. I think here we have to see something very different, simply because football is so brilliant, football is so fantastic, because you very rarely see the same sort of game twice. Here, we're going to see reactions, we're going to see alterations, we're going to see a different kind of style from both teams, I feel, in this game, and that makes it absolutely fascinating. Because you look at it like this, compared to that last game, the 3-0, we're not going to be as clinical in front of goal as we was in that game, simply because that performance there at the Bernabeu was one of the most clinical displays I've seen from Barcelona in many years. We had few chances, but we managed to score 3 goals. I don't think we're going to see that again from Barcelona. But also, on the side of Real Madrid, they're not going to miss as many chances. They miss chance after chance after chance. That won't happen again. But at the same time, are Real Madrid actually going to be able to play any better than what we saw on Wednesday? Because I have to say, they were brilliant. They dominated parts of the game. They really created chances. They were free-flowing going forward. Are they actually going to be able to really improve on that? Are they going to be able to take their game to a new level? I'm not sure. I think, to be honest with Real Madrid, yes, they could put more chances away, but really in terms of their performance, the only way is down, and that makes it really interesting, because I actually think we can raise our level here. We can be better. We can have more of the ball. We can create more chances. We can certainly be in Real Madrid's half and threaten them a lot more, and that's going to make the game very interesting, and potentially we could see something even better than what we saw on Wednesday. And I think looking at the coaches in this game, looking at the tactics, it's very much a case of who is going to blink first, Valverde or Solari, simply because Valverde's got to be thinking here, I've got to change something, I've got to do something to my team here just to alter things and give us that element of control and just change 1 or 2 players. Whereas Solari's going to be thinking, like I say, how do we improve here? How do I get that bit more out of this Real Madrid side to really go on and finish those chances and win the game and turn that good performance into a victory? Could that actually lead to Solari changing what was a pretty good formula and a pretty good balance in that game on Wednesday? And again, following on from that victory on Wednesday, that has only strengthened what was already a phenomenal record that we had at the Santiago Bernabeu. I just want to read you some stats here because it is quite exciting extraordinary what we're doing at Real Madrid's own stadium. Because until 2003, Barcelona had won just 13 of their 74 visits to the Santiago Bernabeu. So up until 2003, just 13 wins out of 74. In our next 22 visits after that time, we've won 12 times. We have won 12 times out of our next 22 games. That is serious turnaround there. That is a real improvement. That is a massive psychological advantage in our minds. And certainly with Real, we have affected their mentality. We've affected their confidence in their own stadium. And that was evident really when the Spanish media seemed to get their hands, they seemed to uncover something that was said when Real Madrid went 3-0 down after Suarez's penalty on Wednesday night. They actually picked up Ramos screaming to his teammates. He wasn't rousing them to make a comeback. He wasn't really putting the fight in them to really turn that game around. What he actually screamed out was, after that third goal, let's not let them score 6. And I think that tells you everything. I think that tells you everything right now about the mentality and the confidence of Real Madrid when we're in town. Usually, they bully teams. You see them in the Champions League, they walk all over teams, they win games when they shouldn't do. But against us, they just don't quite have that kind of courage. They can't quite seem to get over the line against Barcelona. And it's little wonder when you look at some of these kind of results. You look at it here, going back the last 10 years or so, this is very, very recent history here against Real Madrid. And there's no other word for it. It is domination. With the 6-2, the 5-0, the 4-3, the 4-0, the 3-0, the 5-1, another 3-0. Those are not just victories. Those are psychological hammer blows to the head of our arch rivals. And it really, really is something very, very special indeed that we're doing against Real Madrid right now. And of course, going into this game, Ernesto Valverde, no doubt about it, he's going to name his strongest possible side. He's got players, of course, coming back into fitness now at a crucial time. And of course, we want the confidence as well. Not only the 3 points, but also another win against Real Madrid. That would give us enormous momentum going into the month of March. Big games, of course, going up. And that's why you're going to see here a strong team from Valverde. Arthur is going to be absolutely fine. I haven't heard much about Cillessen starting, so I'm assuming right now that Ter Stegen may be staying in goal after his heroics, of course, on Wednesday night in the Copa del Rey. But Cillessen is back fit now and included in the squad to face Real. And that's why I'd personally go with this right here. We discussed it before. Ter Stegen in goal. Jordi Alba here at left back. I would play Nelson Semedo once again up against Vinicius, but I would really target, like I say, down that right-hand side. We discussed it yesterday, forcing Vinicius back and making the fullback there, Reguilon or Marcelo, probably going to be Reguilon once again, forcing him back and making him think all the time by putting some pressure on here and making sure this right-hand side is well and truly occupied. Into midfield, Busquets, Arthur will return. I do believe that alongside Rakitic with Longley and Piqué there at centre-back. You could bring Titi in, but I think Valverde probably going to play safe here and keep Longley in the team. That midfield, a lot more balance, a lot more control, certainly in there. I would expect more of the ball in this game, no doubt about it. And the front three right now pretty much picks itself. Suarez with 2 big goals, really hoping that in this kind of game you can follow that up and keep that confidence going. He's a player who we're going to need, and I'm absolutely sure in this game we're going to see more of Messi. He wasn't involved as much as you'd like on Wednesday. He was sort of on the periphery of the game. Of course, he was still trying to make things happen. He was still involved, but I think here we're going to see something special. He's going to come central, and like we spoke about, when he does, Dembele can play over here, but Alba will make that run happily. He'll get in there, give us that width on the left, and when he does that, in-game Dembele can come out on this right-hand side and just keep that pressure on Real. He can link up well with Semedo, as we saw for the second goal at the Bernabeu, and I think this team here, a lot more control, we're going to see more of the ball, we'll create more chances, and so if we can keep that real clinical nature, if we can finish off our opportunities, and if we can really put the sword to Real again, I fully believe here, the win is on the cards. We can do this. And so with that team in mind, guys, and everything we have discussed up until this point, I'm going to go here yet again with a Barcelona win with my score prediction. I'm going to go here with the score, a Barcelona 3, Real Madrid 1. I think in this game, it's going to be completely different. We're going to be seeing 2 very different sides. Real Madrid will try to emulate what they did, but with more end product. And Barcelona, we're going to want more of the ball. We're going to want it more on our own terms in this game, in terms of control. And I think here, we will have a better performance with, once again, a phenomenal result. Leave your thoughts in the comments down below, guys. What are you expecting? What are your score predictions? Who would you start in this game? Let me know all of that in the comments down below. Thank you, as always, for joining me right throughout these 2 Clasicos. It has been absolutely fantastic so far. I really appreciate all your comments. I really appreciate your support. And of course, tomorrow night, we do it all over again. El Clasico continues. Hopefully, we'll get another win. I'll see you then, guys. But until then, as always, Visca El Barça!